Hello and welcome to the February edition of our IT Workhouse Cyber Seminar, where we're just going to spend a couple of minutes keeping you up to date. So today we're going to talk about authenticating your emails out using SPF, DKIM and DMARC. They're popular words at the moment, but we'll get into that, and controlling your emails in. So first of all, authenticating your emails out. So everyone sends emails in business. That's what we do. Business is run on email. We send emails from several different services. We may send email from Outlook on our computers. We may send email from a CRM system, or we might use a tool like MailChimp to send emails to our customers. So those services need to authenticate themselves to send email on your domain's behalf. And this is a really hot topic at the moment because there's been a crackdown by Yahoo and Google and probably others to say if your email is not authenticated, well, they're going to reject it. So that's a big plus to doing this, and that's why this is such a hot topic right now. But if your emails aren't authenticated, they're going to be rejected, and perhaps that's why your emails are hitting your customer's junk folder. But it's definitely a good idea to authenticate those emails and unlock more from your marketing systems. So there's three main protocols that we use to authenticate emails out: SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. SPF is a sender policy framework. It's an authentication method to authenticate a place on the email, on the internet, to say this place, this IP address, this domain has authority to send email on behalf of a domain. And I've got a little example here. I've got itworkhouse.co.uk. This is our domain, and this is our SPF record. You can see here that we have one SPF record for Outlook.com. We have an IP address, which is a CRM system that we use, and we have another SPF record of MailTrap here, which is an email sending service that sends emails from our ticketing system. So these three places, locations on the internet, are authorized to send email on behalf of IT Workhouse. The next one is DKIM. DKIM is cryptographically verifying that the sender has authority to send on behalf of that domain. So it works hand in hand with SPF, and probably generally, if you're setting up services new now, you'll be setting up DKIM records and maybe not SPF records. So they're independent. But we've got a couple of DKIM records here. You can see selector 1 domain key and selector 2 domain key. They're the Office 365 DKIM records. They'll be different for your domain, but you need to have those in. And that's saying that the emails we send from our Outlook are definitely authorized and actually coming from us. It's specifically important for us as IT Workhouse to make sure that our emails aren't spoofed. So we've also got the MailTrap ones here, DKIM records, and a Squarespace one, because our website sends us emails when someone does the content, the contact form. So that's often one that people forget. So through this SPF and DKIM, we authorize certain services to send email on behalf of IT Workhouse. And we use DMARC to control what happens outside of that and to monitor those. So you can see here we have a DMARC P equals quarantine. There's three P's. There's P equals none, which means nothing, don't do anything. There's P equals quarantine, that means put that email in quarantine, and there's P equals reject, which means just forget it. And the three P's mean that if a recipient email server gets a message, it checks for SPF and or DKIM, and if depending on whether it is authenticated or not authenticated with SPF and DKIM, it will action this P. So if it's not an authenticated email, it will quarantine it. That's what we're stating. And that stops our domain being impersonated by malicious threat actors. And I think it's a really good control, and I think everyone should have it. And specifically now, because Yahoo and Google are going to block email, if it's not authenticated, you need to set your DMARC, DKIM, and SPF up. They're quite the mouthful. So they're the 3 authentication protocols that work together to prove to your customers and your recipients that that email was you, actually, has come from an authorized source, and your DMARC record is protecting you from someone just randomly trying to spoof your domain. But how else can you protect your emails? How can you protect your emails coming into your inbox? We've been talking about emails going out on behalf of your business, but how do you protect emails coming into your inbox? Well, generally, you will have a spam email protection service like Microsoft Defender. We use Microsoft Defender a lot here at IT Workhouse as it's integrated into Office 365, and most of our customers are using Office 365. It gives us a lot of tooling to be able to protect and apply policies to user accounts. It gives us reporting and alerting when there's a problem, and it gives us the tools to be able to investigate and respond to a malicious or phishing email. So if you work in business, I'm sure you would have seen junk email, bulk email, just crap. You would have seen, hopefully not, malware in an email, people sending you malicious links or malicious files, and you would have seen spear phishing where they say, hey, I'm at the office at the moment, but can you send some money to this account? So spam email protection services like Microsoft Defender help protect against those types of emails. And if you'd like any support setting that up, then IT Workhouse can definitely help you with that. But there's also some kind of free and easy ways that you can help protect your emails in, and that may simply just be through email rules. So having a manual rule to block emails with attachments of HTML and an exe file, for example. I don't see any legitimate need to have to receive those file types, and in fact we block that on all of our customers' Office 365 accounts. And you can also just ensure that your environment is set up properly, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. If your environment isn't set up properly, then you may not be authenticating your emails out, and your customers might be getting your emails in their junk box, and you may be getting more bulk junk malicious email in. So just setting up the environment properly in the first place is really important. Another easy one is the warning. This email originates from outside of your organization. You may have seen that on an email or a forward or a reply from someone else. These little warnings just remind staff and everyone to just kind of double check. This came from outside your organization. So if it says it's your person sat next to you, then, well, it's obviously a fake email. So we've talked about authenticating your emails out using SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, and that's really important. It's particularly important now. Google and Yahoo are going to reject emails that aren't authenticated. So definitely check your organization and make sure that those policies, those protections are in place. And then, of course, protecting email into your organization, protecting your staff, trying to limit what actually hits your inbox. They say most attacks, most cyber breaches originate from email. So it's so important. It's prevalent in every business, and it's really topical now. So if you're sending bulk email to customers, newsletters, definitely get in contact and make sure that those emails are going out in an authenticated way. Otherwise, they won't reach their customers. Anyway, thank you very much. Speak soon. I'll see you next month for another episode of the IT Workhouse Cyber Seminar.